I got bleach in one piece, what she want. I'm taking over cities that attack on Titan Storm. She called me only child. Looking all red like look what you have done. This the anime remix. You can still get help for ransom. I hop up off my Nimbus. She like senpai boy you handsome. Swag like Yukimoto, also bowling like Kuroko.
I don't know why I pointed to it like you guys can actually see this from right here. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel and to the year 2022, of course. I am your host, Flaming Sharingan, aka the Sammy Sosa of video games, guys. And what is going on? And again, welcome back to the channel and to the year 2022, guys. Yes, this is the first video of this year. Great to see you guys smiling faces once again. Today, guys, I have another Nintendo Switch eShop game review for you guys today. But new year, guys, same old stuff. If you're new to the channel, if you're new, what it do? Let's get it popping. Okay, guys. You know, guys, I love my Nintendo Switch. If that wasn't obvious already. But what I love even more, guys, is just going through the eShop, especially when there's a huge, big sale going on. Because you never know what hidden gem you might just come across. And Deponia, I don't know why I pointed to it like you guys can actually see this from right here. Deponia is one of those games I'm glad I stumbled across, guys. It was a hidden gem on the eShop that I didn't even know it existed till, again, there was a big sale. So let me get out of this hoodie because it's very hot, and let's talk about Deponia. Let's do it. Alright, guys, so as stated, we are taking a look today at Deponia, which is a hand-drawn 2D style graphic adventure point-and-click series available for the Windows, iOS, Linux, PS4, Xbox One, and also the Nintendo Switch, of course. And today's footage will be coming straight from the Nintendo Switch. And I gotta say, guys, what really got me into this game and what really drew me in was its comic book style graphics, guys. The art style is just amazing. I'll get more into that as we go into the graphics section of the review and get further into the review. But after catching this game and its sequel on sale on the eShop, I can happily say, guys, I do not regret my purchase at all. But enough of that, guys. Let's talk about it. Your story starts in Deponia, a junk planet. Seriously, guys, this place is dirty. And just everywhere you look is just trash. And not to mention, guys, clean water is scarce. And also, it's considered the highest commodity of the rest of the population there. Exactly. So you let that marinate and just you decide how dirty this place is, all right? Aside from that, we meet our main character of the game, Rufus, who's an inventor, wanting to follow in his father's footsteps and leave his life of trash, junk, and a nagging girlfriend. He wishes to escape to the town of Elysium, a land of untold riches awaits. And not to mention, as many Elysium girls as our main protagonist, Rufus, can handle. To do that, though, guys, Rufus builds a makeshift rocket. And from there, things take a very interesting turn. And I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I don't want to ruin the story. I guess more than I already have. As stated before, being a point-and-click story-driven puzzle-based game, I don't want to say too much to spoil the story. I want you guys to experience it for yourselves. But what I will say is Deponia is a world full of great characters. That's pretty undisputable in my opinion.
My bad.
And while a lot of the side characters don't get much screen time, when they do get screen time, they are so full of personality and life. You can tell a lot of thought and care went into these characters. It was very easy to fall in love with these characters and want to know more about them. I highly suggest, though, guys, when playing through the game, picking every dialogue option available to you when speaking to these characters as well, because you never know when they'll say something useful. And on another note, guys, I had a great time collecting and combining items to get through puzzles and advancing through the game. And since we are on the topic, let's touch on how I feel about the puzzles of the game. Let's do it. Deponia's puzzles and the game in general doesn't hold your hand at all. The game gives you a few hints as to what to do, but for the most part, you're pretty much on your own and must speak to the NPCs of the game to help you out, as stated earlier. Some puzzles have had me really scratching my head and required me to take a seat and figure out what I needed to do to advance in the game, and feeling very accomplished when I did. While other puzzles had me thinking, how the heck was I supposed to figure that out? After mindlessly combining items in my inventory, finding the solution. If you guys and girls are still here, that's amazing. I highly recommend checking this game out on the eShop, guys, and also liking the video and subscribing if you're enjoying the video so far. I really appreciate it. Now, more on the review. Let's do it. Oh man, where do I start? I'm a sucker for graphics like these. The cartoon comic book graphics reminded me of Saturday mornings, watching cartoons as a kid, taking out my big bowl of cereal, and also grabbing my favorite comic book. It was a very captivating and good experience, guys. Visually orgasmic. I loved the graphics of this game. If I didn't know this game was a port, I wouldn't have known it was a port. Port talk aside, and before I say port again in this video, this game just fits the Switch perfectly, and the visuals not only got me hooked, but it got me wanting to explore more of the world of Deponia and see where the story takes Rufus next. Some of the best graphics from the point-and-click genre I've ever seen. The animation of the characters were really well done and added that extra element to the story, making it that much more captivating, guys. Oh, but yeah, man, this game, as far as the audio is concerned, they definitely nailed it. The voice actors really did their thing in this game to make every character have their own personality and reason why you may like them or dislike them. The only thing about the audio that is negative that I will say, and this is subjective to some, because personally I didn't mind it honestly, was that sometimes the captions will read something totally different than what Rufus is saying, but it's very minimal and doesn't affect the flow of the story at all, guys. It's fine. Yeah. So I've heard a lot of people say they don't like the voice actor for Rufus because he comes off as indifferent, nonchalant, condescending, pretty much just not taking anything in the world seriously.
Junk. And more junk. A life of order and happiness. Oh, my bad. That was junk too.
And me personally, I loved him because honestly, that's just the character I think he's meant to portray in this game. I've said it throughout this review, but I'll say it again. The characters in this game had so much life and energy, making me fall in love with each of them, all for different reasons. And as a side note, this game does offer a lot of adult humor that some people may find offensive, but it's adult humor done right on the Nintendo Switch. Really quick, guys, the game offers a pretty cool soundtrack as well, and honestly, there's not much to say about it. The hub music was my favorite tune so far in the game. As yes, I'm still currently playing through the game, so as I get further, that can change. Also worth mentioning are the sound effects of the game when performing certain actions. They are on point too. Alright, super fast, guys. The controls of the game are super simple. And before you ask me, no guys, there's no touchscreen compatibility on this game, okay? You cannot use the touchscreen on the Switch to play this game, which honestly makes sense considering the way things work in this game. Your main controls being your left stick, which moves your character, ZL and ZR being your run buttons, but if you ask me, it's more of a brisk walk. He doesn't really run, honestly. L and R allow you to cycle through hotspots, which if you play the game, you'll understand that more. And also your X button being your combine button. Again, play the game to learn more about that. But yeah, the Y button inspects hotspots, which I recommend doing before hitting the A button. Because by hitting the Y button first, Rufus may say certain things that will help you out before actually picking up the item. And arguably the most important button in the game, by clicking in the left stick, you will show all the points of interest you should be interacting with. I highly, and did I mention highly, recommend using this function, guys, whenever you're stuck. Because with all that's going on in Deponia, it's easy to have missed a very important spot in the game, alright? The last button I want to mention is the down arrow, which brings down your inventory. Very useful and very important. I'm having so much fun with Deponia and can't wait to see what happens and where the adventure takes me next. Catching the game on sale for the price that I did was a total steal, and not to mention grabbing the sequel as well. Yes, while Deponia was a very welcome change of pace from my typical genre of game on the Nintendo Switch, I highly recommend checking out other platforms first, which is something I don't say often on this channel. But, hear me out. Don't leave, don't unsubscribe, don't get mad, don't dislike, just hear me out, okay? I love this thing. I love this thing. I love it. But hear me out. On the Xbox Marketplace, it costs $39.99 for the collection, which includes all 4 games. And here we have on Steam, $29.99 for the complete journey. And each game on the Nintendo Switch will run you about $19.99 per game. So $80 if you want to enjoy the trilogy on the go. Unless you wait for another sale and get the game at the price that I did at $199. That said, though, guys, I do highly recommend picking up the Deponia series on Nintendo Switch, and I do think it's a great game, guys. A very good port, and I do think as well it's adult humor done right for the Nintendo Switch. And I'm giving Deponia a solid 4 Joy-Cons out of 5. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it, guys. And once again, this game, Deponia, was a very welcome change of pace. Again, to my preferred style of game or preferred genre of game on the Nintendo Switch. And it is adult humor done right on the Nintendo Switch, guys. But if you do want to pick this game up, once again, as I said, I do highly recommend you exploring other platform options only because I want you guys to get the most bang for your buck. But if you do want to experience the adventures of Rufus and Deponia on the go, the $20 price point for each game now, I think is definitely worth the price, guys.
Yes,
20 bucks, and you're playing it on the go. Hours of fun, great graphics, great sound. Again, adult humor done right on the Nintendo Switch, and I love it. Thank you guys once again for watching. I have been your host, once again, Flaming Sharingan, aka the Sammy Sosa of video games. Love you all. Take care. Oh, and again, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to follow that protocol for me, please. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and please be sure to ring that bell one time for your boy and turn them notifications on the ready. I would truly appreciate that. Love you all. Take care. Again, check this game out, guys. It's really good, and I will catch you guys on the next video. And I'm gone.